And we are live. Welcome everyone to Somnium Space Live and the Somnium Show with your wonderful friends Woofer Blast and Ultra Lord. Thanks for joining us, everyone. It's been a while since we've been live. Hey, Woofer Blast?
Yes, it has. I almost forgot how to talk.
Yeah, same here. How have you been, man? How's life?
It has its ups and downs. It's been nothing but turmoil this month, but hopefully things will turn around. I just had to update a lot of things. That's all.
Yeah, we have to update things.
But I'm okay.
That's great to hear. Great to hear.
How have you been?
I'm as good as anyone living through major historical events would be, right? I mean,
I know there's so much going on right now.
It's crazy. Like Donald Trump almost got killed. That's crazy.
Yeah, you want to start out talking about that?
Of course. That's like the most historical event like of this entire century. Like, you know what I mean?
I think it is.
Like, when was the last time that there was an attempt on a president's life? Well, there were a couple of times.
And wasn't it?
Reagan, you know.
Were there?
Yeah, he got shot in the chest. Right?
Yeah.
Remember that?
I remember that one.
And who else?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
think that was the last one.
I haven't seen anyone like use it like that though. He really took advantage of it completely to really push. His campaign.
He wasn't scared. It was strange. He wasn't scared at all. He's just mad.
Yeah, he was
pissed
brave.
off. You know?
Like, I have to give him a lot of respect, and it's interesting because like if you look at like the way he actually is now, like it seems like the near-death experience changed him. You know, he seems much more calm. He's not like the same.
You think so?
Yeah, like how instead of like his whole speech on like unity and all that, you know. He's not the same.
I think
Trump.
It just made him. Yeah, it made him more determined than ever. I think, you know, to win this election. I always figured they were going to do anything. They said the Democrats even said they're going to win at any cost. You know, they don't care what they do.
Yeah.
So it's you know, if I was Trump, I would get a personal security detail. You know.
The thing is that
start there.
Who's actually in charge of the Secret Service? The Biden.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He's got a
administration.
They don't like him too much.
Yeah, so like literally the people that it turns out, bro, the people they actually put in the Secret Service themselves weren't actually members of the Secret Service. They weren't trained at all.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I could tell that.
Yeah, they had like some like.
And
5'2"
diversity hires.
Yeah, 5'2" lunch lady.
One of them couldn't even find her holster. The other one was hiding behind Trump, and the other one was going, "What do we do now? What do we do now?"
Yeah, it's crazy. And then like right after it, there's a tech outage. Like, what are the odds of that? This giant tech outage. It's crazy.
Well, it's fishy. Here's what I think happened. I think. You know, Secret Service guys were sitting around and going, "Hey, look at that! Isn't it kind of weird? There's a guy up on a roof crawling across the roof with a gun.
I wonder what he's up to.
Shouldn't we do something about it?" And the other guy goes, "Nah, let it slide."
Because it's the roof.
Okay, he's gonna get rid of us anyway. Whatever happens.
And it's really weird. The guy was actually part of
fishy.
Like a BlackRock video and. Yeah.
Really?
Great. Yeah. You know, and then they literally scrubbed it.
I don't know.
They deleted it, but you can still find it.
Oh.
So the fact that they deleted it is what's really like sketchy. You know, they're like,
yeah,
"Oh no,
it's all
this doesn't
fishy.
look good for us."
You know what I think they should do too is get a new enhanced security detail for Biden too, because somebody's liable to pull something on Biden and blame it on Trump.
Bro, they're already taking care of him.
Those Trump haters, look what they did.
I don't know. Yeah, like they already like, "Oh, he has COVID," you know? They're just gonna.
Oh yeah, right. He's got COVID.
Right.
Yeah, I've got hoof and mouth disease too. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
It's all so fishy.
Yeah.
I know Democrats are panicking like mad because they don't have anybody. They don't have anybody to run, and Biden refuses to step down. He says, "No, I'm all in. I'm all in."
I mean, they
Where's the
have
bathroom?
Newsom, but I don't know. Like he's like Trudeau.
Oh
He's kind of a
no.
joke. You know, like he's
Well,
like
look what he
a
did to California.
yeah. He completely destroyed California. He
He
took a
can't even
sunshine
govern
state and turned it into a crap hole.
every major city in California is just block after block of empty stores now,
Yeah,
and homeless people.
it's terrible. And
Uh,
drug addicts and stuff. It's wild.
there's
And
no
like, yo,
there's no
bro,
way on
I
earth
was,
he could.
I was actually out of like of Canada for 3 years, right? You know, I was like in France, remember, in Budapest, and I came back now, right? And wow, man, I was not
Yeah?
expecting this, man. Like Canada is
It's changed
really,
that much.
yeah, man. It's basically, bro. Like there's this like basically it's like overcrowded with illegal immigrants, Indians specifically.
Hmm.
So there's this whole
Well,
like
sure.
scam, bro, where they bring him in on like a work permit. They're like the
Yeah.
way it works, bro. Is the thing is that like all the like okay, so we have the NDP party here in Canada, right? And they're like the communists, right?
Hmm.
And they're the people who are in charge of them are actually Indians, right? This guy named Jagmeet Singh, he's
Yeah.
like a Punjabi guy, right? So what they do, bro, is they bring these like people in, they unionize them, then they
Yeah.
make them like they give them like these union jobs, and then when it comes time to vote, they make them go vote en masse. So
Yeah.
that's what they're
And they get into
it's-
politics
it's
too.
the
so-
exact same thing that's going on with America, except instead of the Mexicans here in Canada, it's Indians and Filipinos,
Mhm.
which is
And
wild.
look what it's happening in the UK too. It's one city after the next is just getting taken over. It's half the country's a no-go zone.
Yeah,
It's just out of control.
man. The other
It's-
day
it's
I
all-
was in like the downtown area, and there was a big like a protest. People were protesting against the World Economic Forum, Klaus Schwab, and Agenda
Really?
2021, and they had these huge signs, and I was like, man, this is getting like, it's getting to the point where people are protesting in the street about it now. People can't like even
Huh?
like
Yeah.
tolerate it anymore. It's really bad here, bro. Like, I didn't think it would get
I
this
know.
bad. Like, it's basically
I think it's a lot worse than
it's turning into a communist welfare state. That's basically what's going on,
Wow.
bro. Like, because like there's a bunch of benefits like available to people, right? So what happens is you have these people that come in, and then they have like 20 kids, like 10 kids, right? So then they just
Yeah.
collect benefits from their kids, and they sit around and not do anything all day. That's what the majority
Yeah.
of people
Why?
come here
Why?
and do.
Just-
Why work if I could
and
just,
where does that money come from?
The
It
kids.
comes from the people who are working. It comes
the
from Canadians
taxes,
who are working
it
their
comes-
ass off.
Yeah, exactly. Like the taxes, like honestly, I think like the worst thing that can ever happen to a country is taxes, because then it becomes like this giant slush fund, and people can't resist sticking
Yeah.
their hands in it, because it's like infinite money. So
Yeah. Well, some people like the Democrats here. The only way they know of solving a
it's
problem
taxing.
of any kind is to throw money at it.
Yeah.
Throw money, more money, more money,
Tax it. Well,
and they
tax
don't
the
care
rich.
about where it comes from.
Tax the
Well,
rich.
Just rich people. Tax those rich people.
Yeah, it's so weird how
Uh.
like if you actually look at it, bro, like basically remember when there was a protest in New York in Wall Street? Remember how like everyone went there? they're
Which
like,
one?
We're the 99 percent with the Occupy movement.
Oh yeah.
Occupy, bro. Remember that?
Yeah.
Remember that, bro?
Yeah.
Bro, the Occupy movement
Yeah.
scared them so bad, bro. They infiltrated it. They're like, yo, and then like the woke movement came out of that. You know what I mean? Bro, there
Yeah.
was like I remember there was a time when woke meant like a completely different thing than what it means today. Woke meant like you were
Sure,
like
and-
into the conspiracies and like aliens and like spirituality,
Yeah.
right? That's what woke was. And then all of a sudden woke became I'm awake to the discriminatory and systematic racism that exists in our world. That's what they like turned
Yeah.
it into. It's crazy. And like like think of like this tech outage, right? Yo, Microsoft literally has
Mm-hmm.
a gun pointed at the world. pointed at you and me and everyone. Doesn't that blow your
Between
mind?
them and Google, they have
Bro,
about
bro,
everything.
if Microsoft wants to, they can literally launch us back into like Mad Max days, bro. You know, they can, yeah, they can just shut down everything. Oh no, there was a Russian hack. Oh my God. And you know what I mean? All
Yeah.
of a sudden it's Mad Max days,
Tr-
bro.
It says those right-wing extremists, they did it.
Yeah.
I saw a MAGA hat in the closet.
Those MAGA
So what do you think the
maniacs.
grand plan is? Yeah.
The
What do you think the grand plan
is?
is?
To consolidate, it's to consolidate power. It's to keep acquiring more wealth, more power, and to get things into a position where you can. There's no way they can lose the power that they have acquired.
It's always
That's what they
about
really
power,
want.
isn't it?
That's what it's always been about.
Yeah.
The will to power. You know, it's a natural extension of the natural world. The will to live.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. Like this tech outage thing really blew my mind, bro. I know it's CrowdStrike, but still,
Yeah.
at the same time, like we're talking about one company, right? Controlling the entire infrastructure of civilization. Like that's
Wow.
pretty crazy. You know, we need to cut Microsoft up, man. That's what I think. I mean, what they have AI, they have they like
Yeah.
they you know what I'm saying, bro? They Microsoft
Yeah,
literally
there used
owns
to
the
be-
world.
Yeah. What happened to regulations where they had they couldn't have that much centralized power?
Bro.
You know, they had to decentralize a little bit. Whatever happened to all those laws and regulations to control that stuff?
Well, you need people who are willing to implement them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the problem in today's world.
And who knows who's in power right now? I don't know. Who's calling the shots?
It's the who's always been calling the shots since the younger Drius era. They're called the Khazarian Mafia. They're a bunch of bloodlines, the Rothschild, like everybody knows they run the world. Like you know, like what's the big deal? Everyone's like, who runs the world? Like we all know who runs the world. The Rothschild.
Well, just gather them up. Just gather them up and put them in a little spaceship and say, hey, you guys, we got a free plot of ground for you on Mars. Just get in the little spaceship here and we'll send you on the way and you can have fun.
That's what
just
they want
fool
to
'em.
do to
Tell them it's anything.
us, bro. That's what they want to do with
Yeah,
us.
I
You know,
know.
like, you know, Elon
Yeah.
Musk is like, let's go to Mars. Yeah, they're like, let's ship him off to Mars. Let's get him off of here.
Then they won't. Well, they'll find some way to tax the Martians too. Have you sent your tax forms in, Martians? You're late. We've got a big laser beam pointed right at your head. You
Exactly.
could pay your Martian taxes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you won't be able to get away from taxes. You could be
Yeah,
a
bro,
million
even
light
Dubai
years
now,
from home.
bro, even Dubai, right? Dubai, the fact that now that they have
Mm-hmm.
taxes is like crazy because like, you know, in Islam itself, it literally says like word
Mm-hmm.
by word that interest and taxes are completely like forbidden, you know? But now that Dubai has like
That's a good
tax
idea.
law, yeah, you know, like that's it.
Well, you know what's happening? They're switching from oil to tourism.
Yeah, apparently, yeah. They're
And
like
to
the
for tourists.
influencer and a bunch of like YouTube creators and like go and live there. That's like the dream now. Like,
Yeah.
you become like a YouTube creator, then you move
And
to Dubai.
and really making billions of dollars on tourism too. And to really accommodate tourists, you
need
have to bend the rules a
prostitutes,
little bit.
right?
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're going to be a little bit more degenerate now, I guess. A little bit looser with the rules.
Yeah, it's
You
already
know, anything to get
becoming-
that tourist money in.
Yeah, like Saudi Arabia has already like opened up completely. Like when I was like there before, bro, like yo, if you were like if I was like me, if I tried to go into a mall, right? They wouldn't let me go into. There would be security guards who would stand at the entrance of the mall, right? And if you were like a single dude like me, you weren't allowed to go into the mall because the mall is full of girls. The mall is full of girls. You know what I mean? Like.
They think you're.
Yeah,
they
bro.
think everybody's a degenerate that's gonna
Yeah, yo,
start
yeah,
attacking them or something.
Yeah. And the thing is that it kind of like feeds into itself, right? Because like the guys, when they see it, like, you know, it's like a big deal being able to get into the mall. You have to sneak in, and like it's such a strange world. It was such a weird world, but now it's gone. It's different now, completely.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen videos and photos and stuff. Looks like the malls are pretty normal looking to me.
No,
It's
I
just,
mean like the malls are like in Saudi Arabia are like spectacular. You know, like they're not like the American malls. They're like still running. You know what I mean? Like they're like people go there just for fun
yeah.
still, and you know.
Yeah, I remember those days.
Yeah.
People just go to the mall to hang out and have fun.
Yeah.
Just do nothing. Of course, a security guard would come along and chase you around now and then if you're under 18, you're hanging out with your friends. But it was pretty open. I mean, you went there for something to do. There's nothing else to do.
Yeah, I used to go to the mall when I was a kid. Not a lot. I would play outside more.
Oh, yeah, we played outside.
Yeah, I don't see kids
Played
playing
sports
outside anymore
every
at
day.
all.
I don't
Well,
either.
I still see them
Probably
actually,
they're
yeah.
not
I still see
allowed.
'em. Yeah. That's crazy, bro. Kids these days are like
They're
wild. Man.
afraid.
I remember, yo, like the first time I learned a bad word. This is weird too, bro. Like,
Mm-hmm.
yo, it was like I moved from Canada to America, and I was in second grade, right? So I didn't know,
Yeah.
like, I've never like used a bad word before, and the first bad word I used was pitch, right? Because we were like doing pitch the ball,
Yeah.
you know, pitch. You know that song, "Take Me Out to the Ball Game, take me to, get me some
Yeah.
Cracker Jacks." Doo-doo-doo. Yeah, we were doing that song. And I was like, "Bitch." Everyone's like, "Oh shit, oh." I was like, "Damn."
You know,
bro."
we never cussed when we were
Yeah.
growing up. Either,
Now, bro,
until,
like I walk around and I see like freaking little kids like swearing and like talking about sex and stuff, and I'm like, wow, man, like
Yeah.
that's social media right there. Like, that's
they
like,
got all that from social media and from rap culture and stuff too.
yeah,
You know, just music and from media of all kinds.
media of all kinds. Yeah.
Yep.
So interesting times to be alive. Interesting times to be living through major historical events. Eh? Really interesting. I wonder
Yep.
what the future holds.
See what else?
Hmm.
I'm afraid to ask. I think it'll hit a point where it's getting there now, where everybody's going, okay, that's enough of this crap. You know, we got to do something. So there'll be some kind of civil war or uprising or something, because it's reaching a breaking point now. You know, if anybody with a brain can see that we can't carry on this way. You know, government needs a overhaul. Just public thinking of any kind needs an overhaul.
Yeah, well, like here's
And,
the thing, like
common sense.
Their plan is to change the monetary system, right? Like they want to
Yeah.
change. Yeah, the only way they're going to be able to do that is through some catalyst event, like a major war, something like that. So I'm pretty much expecting that, because
They-
I have a friend who's in the army, and he was talking to me about how like they have moving center points for NATO. So
Yeah.
so it's like a base, but the base doesn't stay in one place. It constantly moves. So they're basically preparing for a war, bro. They're preparing for a complete
yeah.
armed
Well, we've got
conflict.
major wars going on right now.
Yeah,
And one in
exactly.
Ukraine's still going on, and over in Gaza, it's stronger than ever.
Yo, you think Trump is gonna
it's
end the
bad.
war in Ukraine? How would he
Oh, wait.
end the war? Bro, you know how
Wait a
I
second,
think
I can't
he'd
hear you.
end the war?
How?
He'd just stop sending aid to Ukraine, and then that
Yeah.
would force Ukraine to make an agreement, to come to an agreement, and most likely the agreement is going to include, you know, Zelensky being removed, you know, and someone else taking
Yeah.
his place. So.
That stuff is, that stuff is so expensive. Like one of those missiles for the Iron Dome. You know how much one missile costs?
like $1 million, at least.
No, 30,000, I
Oh,
think.
really?
30,000. That's what I heard.
Oh yeah, that's
And they're just,
crazy.
shooting them off right and left.
Regardless. Boom, 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 boom. What
Yeah.
happens to all this like
And the
waste?
tanks.
You know, like the debris from like the metal. Like who picks this stuff up? Like, right?
I don't know. And landmines. There's
Yeah,
landmines
it's
for a
so
century,
everywhere,
probably. It's sick.
It's
Wars are
life.
so stupid.
It's the way it's always been.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think
Yeah,
it's
just
because,
cut
bro,
off the
like,
money.
We're living in the age of confusion. Like if you kind of like look at like where we are galactically, like we're living in
Mm-hmm.
the age of confusion. You know how I know we're living in the age of confusion? Because of religions. Religions are like a very clear sign that we're living in the age of confusion. Literally, bro, like if you look
Well,
at
they're
it,
trying to
because they're all the same thing. They're literally all the same thing. Doesn't that like show you like we're living in the age of confusion? It's
basically.
confusion. It's
Yeah, well, they're
confusion.
they're trying to erase religion every way they can.
Yeah.
You know, it's closing churches down,
But the thing is, bro,
stifling
you have to remember
free
they
speech.
created religion, right? They created religion was
What?
another
I
form
don't
of their
know.
control. Yeah, man. Religion, it was another form of their control. Think about it, bro. Did the Greeks have religion? No, they had philosophy. You don't need religion to know
Well, they
about God.
had all gods that they
Yeah,
worshipped and
but they
stuff.
didn't. It wasn't
had
the same. It's not. You're like you're comparing a different world.
Zeus and
Yeah,
Apollo
but
and all
it's
of
not
them.
the same. Like these are like when you think of a god, what the Greeks thought of as God were not the same as the way we think of as gods. The gods were like elemental forces in the world. They were like the personification of the elements themselves, right?
That's what I think. I think that way too, pretty much. I was talking to a friend who doesn't believe in God, and I was saying, I didn't know what to say at the time, but I was thinking, well, quit thinking of God as like this bearded guy floating around in the clouds. You know, that's not God. God is more like an underlying force
Yeah,
in the universe.
like
You
I
know,
imagine
like the
like a jellyfish, and we're like living inside a jellyfish, and the jellyfish is God. Like, you know what I mean? The jellyfish is just
I
like
don't
swimming
know.
in like an ocean, and we're like living inside it.
Another thing hard to comprehend is infinity. You know, can you? People say, well, the universe can't be infinite. I say, why not? You know, what's at the end? What's at the end of the universe if it's not infinite? A big wall?
No, I think
Okay,
like
how
if
wide
you
is the
went to
wall?
the end of the universe, you would like literally arrive at the beginning. That's how it's.
You think so?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Like think about
That's
it. 'Cause
possible. Yeah.
it's like a Taurus. Like, you know what I mean? Like if I'm here, and I go
Hmm.
all the way to the end, I'm literally gonna like end up on the other side of it. Like you know what I'm saying? Like you know
I
that.
think
Like
I
it's
think
like
that sometimes
okay.
too,
Like
but
think of the Earth, right? Think of the Earth. If I walk in a straight
hmm
line, right, I'm gonna end up right back where I started, right?
but there's other sides of anything. You can imagine there has to be another side of it.
What do you mean? Like there's another
I mean, like this
universe?
this universe that we walk through, and all the way around and come back to the beginning. There still has to be an outside, I believe,
Why? Why does
to
there have
that
to be an outside?
to that reality.
Like what's outside
I
even
can't
mean? And
I can't
because like I don't
I
think
can't
there's
imagine
an
just being nothing.
I think yeah, but I imagine it
How could there
more
be
like
nothing?
I imagine it more like it's not nothing. Like even in the space we're in, there's things. I think it's more like less dense stuff. You know what I mean? Like the
Mhm.
density becomes. Anyway, that's kind of confusing. Like my brain is like turning into a knot now.
Really,
Yeah.
I got lost a while back.
Yeah.
Let's see
Yo,
what else is going on. Let's see what's going on. I don't know.
yeah, I think that's it. Like, let's
Yeah, I just know this election's gonna be a mess.
yeah. Let's
I don't
hope.
think there will be one.
No, there's going to, bro. The thing is that it's too late, bro. If they try to do anything now, like people are gonna rise up. You know, people are just gonna rise up. People aren't gonna care anymore. Yeah. Cause like even here, bro, like in Canada, like it's getting ridiculous.
Mhm.
Like you know, I don't know. I've never felt this way before about like a situation. Yeah, it's like I feel like I'm being wronged. Like I feel like someone is wronging me here.
Yeah. Well, when you're growing up, you always think, well, the government's got it under control. You don't even have to think about it. You know, government will take care of it.
Yeah.
And then it became so corrupt and twisted that it doesn't
Represent anything.
represent the main thing. No. It's not the people by the people sort of deal anymore. Well, that's a bummer.
Yeah. All right, man. Yo, it was great seeing you. I'm gonna finish off the stream. And
Nice seeing
crazy
you.
times, yeah.
Okay.
Thanks for
I
joining
hope
us.
it made some sense to
everyone.
somebody.
Yeah. And yeah, good luck living through major historical events. Godspeed, everyone.
Peace. Peace. Peace and love, baby. Okay. Remember, be good.